Everyone, and let me thank everybody for coming out to get our latest update on our situation that developed yesterday morning with the sinkhole collapse back in the Skydome. I guess maybe we'd first like to just share with you that we are insured with Chubb Insurance, and they have been just great to work with. They had an adjuster here on site, along with our local agent, Pouch's Insurance Group, within just 3 or 4 hours of when this took place. So we are fully insured. They're great to work with, and we're moving forward from that standpoint. That's both the collection and also the structure back in the Skydome. We have some information. Yesterday I was asked about information about the cars, and especially the two that belong to General Motors, if we had any particular conversation with them, and we told you we had not. We had kept them informed as well. So just 2 minutes ago I met someone that will be a regular, stable citizen in our community, and he is the new plant manager at the Corvette assembly plant. So we'd like to ask Jeff Lamarche if he would come up, and he has some news that he'll be sharing with you on behalf of General Motors and Chevrolet Motor Division. So please welcome our new Bowling Green Corvette assembly plant manager, Jeff Marsh.
Happy to be here. I wish it was a little less of an unusual situation. I'm happy to be here today and proud to represent Chevrolet and General Motors. Since we heard about the incident yesterday, like a lot of folks, Chevrolet was trying to determine what we could really do to lend assistance to the Corvette Museum. And it quickly became apparent to us that the best way that we could help would be lend our technical resources, our expertise, and our vast experience with these vehicles. So today, Chevrolet is announcing that we're going to oversee the restoration of the Corvettes that are damaged at the museum. We know that these cars represent significant milestones, not just in our history in Chevrolet and General Motors, but also in the automotive history. And nobody really has a better understanding of their significance and what it takes to properly restore these than the engineers and the designers at Chevrolet where they were developed. You just can't replace things like the 1 millionth Corvette or Blue Devil CR1. So we want to make sure that we're lending as much expertise to help assure that they're restored properly and they'll be back and ready when the museum's up and running again. The process is going to be managed out of our General Motors Design Mechanical Assembly Facility. This is in Warren, Michigan. It's a part of our design center. And the process is going to be led by our Global Vice President of Design, Ed Welper, personally oversee these efforts for this project. The Corvette Museum is a testament to the Corvette in that it's the only automotive museum in the world dedicated to not just a brand, but a single model. And it's supported solely by charitable donations by enthusiasts, like many of us. And that's why I'm committing myself today to also make my own personal donation to support this cause of restoring the museum and encourage others to consider doing so as well. Thank you.
And just for clarification, that's all 8 Corvettes, not just the 2 that are owned by General Motors. That's all 8 Corvettes. So that's wonderful news for us. And we also shared with you yesterday that we had retained Mike Murphy and his firm, Scott Murphy and Daniel, as our construction manager. So we'll ask Mike to come back up and kind of share with you what's going to be happening back there and how we're going to get those Corvettes out of there so we can take them to Detroit and get them restored. So Mike Murphy.
Thank you, Wendell. It's been a unusual day. I was telling Wendell earlier, you know, we live in an area, we're just 25 miles from Mammoth Cave, you know, largest cave in the world supposedly. So, and we live in a karst area that we live with underground cave systems, and in our business we run across this, you know, on a monthly basis, and we've repaired sinkholes inside factories, out in parking lots, in all kinds of areas. So this situation is really not any different than all those that you never hear about. The only difference is this one swallowed 8 collector Corvettes. So that is why it's so unique. But it is something that is repairable. We've met here this morning. We assembled our structural engineer, our geotechnical engineer, our civil engineers, and we've been here since 7 o'clock this morning in a planning and strategy meeting of how to handle it. The good news is, of course, we were on site yesterday afternoon, and the building is in good condition. The building foundation and structure is in good condition. The sinkhole happened within the perimeter of the building, so that's a great thing. The foundation systems are such that while we're in repairs, we will secure those to where, should a sinkhole ever happen even outside of there, that it will not affect the structure again. So you know, it could have been a lot worse. We're fortunate, you know, that there was no one inside the building at the time. But the matter at hand is to make the repairs, get that section reopened, and to retrieve those 8 vehicles. So as I said, today we performed structural engineering analysis on the area, examined the geotechnical and soils reports, and determined the construction means and methods that we intend to use to return this back to use. The first thing we will do will be to stabilize and secure that area that's out there now, and that is something that we want to do immediately. We have people doing some preliminary work back there as we speak. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll start bringing equipment in, ready to start on some of the stabilization. This stabilization, it's pretty detailed, and so we're talking about it could be 2 to 3 weeks before we start to retrieve the vehicles out of this sinkhole, just to make sure that it's safe and that we can remove the vehicles without any further damage. So once we're stabilized, probably take, I don't think it'll take more than 4 to 6 days to remove the vehicles from the area, and then we will begin the replacement of the earth and the floor system, get everything back into place after that. So you know, we've got a good plan. We're in the early stages, but we will begin to work our plan tomorrow, and don't see any problems whatsoever. Any questions? All right, thank you.
As we mentioned yesterday, there's been several other groups, companies, organizations that have been so helpful with us, but I would like especially at this time to thank the museum staff They arrived early, they stayed late, they have worked together, and it's a proud moment for me to be associated with this fine team that we call our museum family. So they're great, and we're also appreciative of all these other folks that have the professional expertise that we're going to be working with, and the team that Mike talked about. But I just want to have a big shout out to our family, our museum family, the team here at the museum, because they're all so great. We'll try to also take any questions that anybody might have. Mike's available, Jeff's available, and if you have anything that you might want from the standpoint of an update, we think we've accomplished a lot in the last 24 hours since we last met yesterday, and we have a plan, and we'll start executing the plan. Questions?
When do you think it will all be finished? How long will the entire restoration, of the building take?
Well, we have, if everything goes like we anticipate, and working with Scott Murphy and Daniel as our construction manager, we're confident that our 20th anniversary celebration, when our folks arrive as participants in the 5th National Corvette Caravan, that they're going to not realize a single thing that ever happened back there. It's going to be absolutely business as usual. So August is our target date, middle August.
Will anything have to be done with the structure of the dome to get the cars out?
Well, what Mike just indicated, that they will be doing the stabilizing all the area so that they can remove the cars, and he estimated that to take a couple of weeks. We're delighted to have the mayor of Bowling Green to come out and be with us today, so thank you, Mayor. Thanks to everyone else. You can see behind us that we have Corvettes. These are 2014 Corvettes that individuals, when they ordered their Corvette, they selected the option R8C, which means they're wanting to take museum delivery, and that diverts the car from the plant to the museum, rather back to their dealer that they work with, and then the individuals come here and pick up their Corvette here to the museum. And you can see that's still going on, still busy with that. We have done probably 525 or so since the Corvette assembly plant released cars September the 30th. So we've been quite busy with that, and you can see behind us that we're doing somewhere around 6 to 8 a day. So we are up, we're running, we're open. We have partitioned off the Skydome. We will be putting some enlarged photos of the ones that you've been able to see from our website on those walls on this side, so that people, when they tour the museum, they will also be able to get a feel for what's just on the other side of that partition. So we're business as usual, every place with the exception of the Skydome. And we invite everyone to come out and enjoy the National Corvette Museum. Again, we thank everyone for coming. Have a great day.